No, 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 no. Not the same as risky business, but let's make some socks today. This is going to be so much fun. It's a quick and easy project on your circular knitting machine. Make them for some friends or make them for yourself so you can dance around the house. The supplies needed are basically the color that you want for your sock, a cuff color, or you can do it all in the same color, but the cuff kind of gives it a little bit of fun and pizzazz. These are great gifts for birthdays, holidays, great Christmas presents, stocking stuffers, or just fun to make for yourself on those cold, wintry days. Of course, I'm in Arizona and it's 105 degrees outside, so I'm not really thinking about cold winter socks. But hey, let's make some socks anyways. Grab your supplies, grab your circular knitting machine, either an Addi Express with 22 needles or a Sentro 22 needle, and let's get making some fun, snazzy socks. Before we start making the socks, I did want to let you know that I do have a pattern on Etsy. It's in the description down below. I've left a coupon code down there to give you 10% off. But if you don't want to buy the pattern, that's okay. You can just follow along in the video. But what I would ask is if you would consider subscribing to the channel. That helps me out. Also, give me a thumbs up like and share this with your friends. Leave a comment below. Tell me how many pairs of socks you ended up making after you followed along with the video. The supplies we're going to need to make our sock, and here's an example of the tube sock. We're going to do a cuff, and then we'll be doing the whole sock on the Addi knitting machine. This is the 22 needle machine. So we're going to need a tapestry needle, some sort of loom hook. I got this from, I think it was my knitting loom. You don't necessarily need this, but it really does make things easier when we're doing the cuff. And then a pair of scissors. And of course, your yarn. I'm using Loops and Threads Impeccable. This is my cuff color, and then this is my sock color. And then we're also going to need a little tiny bit of scrap yarn, and you want to make sure that your scrap yarn is contrasting with whatever your cuff yarn is. You don't want it to be close to the same color. You'll see in a few minutes here when we go to fold the cuff over. You want the colors to be a good contrast so you can see the stitches. All right, so we're going to go ahead and cast on, and we're going to do about 8 rounds of scrap yarn. So let's cast on here first. And you just want it to be nice and loose. You don't need to pull super tight tension on your scrap yarn. Every other one here. I'll reset my counter here to 0. And we'll do 8 rounds of scrap yarn. There's 8. I've marked my machine with a black Sharpie so I know when I'm coming to the beginning. So I'm going to roll it back just a quick. So now that we're done with the scrap yarn, I'm going to throw that down in the middle here, and I'm going to get my cuff color, and I want to leave probably about a 12-inch tail or so. It doesn't have to be super long. And I'm going to throw that down in the middle and close that up. And we're just going to go slow on this first round just to make sure we don't have any issues. So here we are back at the first one. Just want to snug these together. If you wanted to, you could tie just one, like a loose knot like that, but we don't want to tie a tight knot because we'll be taking off the scrap yarn here when we're all done with the sock. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to reset my counter. We've already done 1 round, and we want to do a total of 40 rounds. I'm going to do 39 rounds. And of course, you can play around with this. If you like a thinner cuff, you can certainly make less rounds. I mean, you could do 20, you could do 30. It just really depends on how big of a cuff that you'd like to have. So I'm not holding super tight tension on mine. I'm just basically kind of guiding it through. I've got my yarn on the ground there, you can see. One thing too is I always like to pull my yarn out of the center, do a center pull. If you pull it off from the outside, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because your ball of yarn is going to be rolling around on the floor there and won't come out smoothly like it is now. So I'm at 20 rounds. Let's speed this up and we'll get to our 40. Here we are at our 40 rounds. first thing we're going to do is I'm going to cut this cuff yarn because we're not going to be using that anymore. I'm going to throw that down in the middle, and then I'm going to bring over my sock color and we're going to start that. And then the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to be bringing up the cuff. And so you see how when I said that you want to have a good contrast color, see how you can really see between the blue and the pink. We're going to be taking these very first loops and we're putting them back on because we're folding this cuff in half. This is where I like to use my little loom thing, but if you don't have it, you can still use your tapestry needle. So it works just the same. I'm going to untie this here where I did tie it. So now what we're going to do is see, this is where we started with our cuff. We're going to take this first stitch here and I'm going to put this on the first needle, which is my black one there. And we also want to make sure that the sock yarn is fed through there. Close that up. Just going to start slowly going around. Let's take our next stitch and put this on the next needle. This is a little time consuming, but once you get going, it really doesn't take that long. Just take each stitch and put those on the next needle. And at the same time, we're feeding our first round of our sock yarn through there as well. One stitch at a time. Just take it nice and slow. If you wanted to do a little quicker, you could do 2 at a time, but this isn't a speed race. We don't want to make any mistakes, so just take it nice and slow. And don't split the yarn like I just did. All right, just keep feeding this through. 1 stitch at a time. Try not to get all your other threads here tangled up. Okay, we're coming up on our last stitch here. Let's take that one over. Okay. And my scrap yarn was a little bit longer, so it's kind of tangling up, but okay. So we should have our cuff beginning and ending strings or yarn, and then this is the beginning of my sock. And I'm going to take and tie a knot fairly snug, but not too snug. I want it to be probably about the same length as what a normal stitch would be. And then when we get to the end, you shouldn't be able to see where the color changes. All right. So now we did 1 row of the sock yarn and we want to do 100 rows. So turning it back to 0, and all we need to do are 99 stitches with our sock yarn. I'm not going to make you suffer through 99 rows of knitting. So I'll go ahead and speed this up and I'll meet you at the end when we're at the 99 and I'll show you how I cast off. Okay, we're at about 35 rows here and it's starting to get long. So just going to show you what I like to do just to kind of keep everything out of the way. So I usually pull it up and I'm just going to roll it inside out, or right side out in this case, I guess, and get all the yarn tucked up inside and then make it small enough so it fits inside your thing. And you'll have to do this probably every 30 or 40 rows because it gets so long and heavy, but just roll it up and that keeps all the excess out of the way. Here, and what I'm going to do is leave probably about, I'm going to say 24 inches long. I want to make sure that it goes all the way around. This is what we're going to use to cast off. So now I'm going to get my tapestry needle and thread this. Go ahead and take this out. And what we're going to do to cast off, hopefully you already know how to do this, but I'm just going to go 3 or 4 stitches. I'm going to come in here and take that loop off. The first couple are a little bit tricky because you don't want them to slide off, but we've got one. It's kind of tight until you get a couple of them off. Okay. Then I'll just go a couple more stitches here. You might want to put your finger in the one preceding it so it doesn't slide off. It's not a bad thing about having a long piece. Just keep going around and taking off each one of your stitches, each one of the loops here. Alrighty, we've got all those stitches off. I'm not going to cinch it tight yet. Let me show you how we go about taking off because I'm going to put it inside out. Let's take off the scrap yarn. So I'm rolling it back to the sock is inside out. Okay, it's kind of got tangled up mess here. Let's take off the scrap yarn here. So in order to do that, this is where we started. We're going to have to take out this top piece of yarn or the top row here. So if you pull it tight, you can see that very top row, and that was our cast on row. You want to pull that out of the loops and go all the way around. I know some people just cut off the scrap yarn, but if you just take a minute or two and undo this first row, then the rest of it will unravel. Patience is a virtue, they say, right? So, a couple more stitches here. Last one. So then when you get to that last stitch, then it should all unravel. So you just gotta pull it out. Then this very last row, you just kind of have to tug it a little bit harder and it pulls all the way through. See? Comes right off. Then this is where we tied that knot, and I'm gonna leave these on for a second. Let's pull this inside out, or to the right side out. This is where my threads are, because I can feel them in the background right here. Can you see where the row starts? But if you tie that knot in there, it's really difficult to find where your color changes. So I'm going to go ahead and tie these off in a triple knot, knot it a couple of different times. And then what we can do is take tapestry needle here. And these are pretty easy to just, since this is folded over, it's double. If you just feed it in through the center of that cuff and pull it out. Do that with all three of these. Okay, and what we can do is trim these. And those are all woven in. Okay, now I'm going to cinch my toe closed. I left it open so I could turn my sock inside out. But so we're inside out still. This is our cast off stitches that we did at the end there. Just going to work those so we get a nice closure. And then I'm going to take my needle nice and tight. Then I'm going to just work around and kind of basically like I'm doubling up the loop again, just to make it nice and secure. You don't want to pull too tight because you don't want to break the yarn. But I've done that before. That kind of sucks because it ruins your whole project. So I'm just going to weave this in and out of here a couple of different times to reinforce this toe. Then we'll get ready for the big reveal when we turn it inside out, or turn it right side out. And just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to make a little knot there and trim her off. And here we go. Turn it right side out. And that, my friends, is how you make a tube sock on the Addi 22 needle machine. Thanks so much for following along with me and making the socks today. I hope you had fun. These are some great projects that you can make for birthday presents, for the holidays, for your friends and family, or just some funky socks for yourself that you can dance around the house and listen to old-time rock and roll. If you made a pair of socks with this video, drop a comment down below and let me know, 1, how you liked the pattern, how it went, and 2, let me know what colors you made. I'd love to hear. Give me some ideas for my own socks or gifts for friends and family, and we'll see you in the next video on the next fun project. Thanks again. We'll see you later.